Alrighty then. Howdy do, friends, family, fans, and finish line focused, fantastically fine folks. Good morning to all of you. I hope that today, Tuesday, June 13th, is a fabulous day for you. Actually, whatever day you're watching this, hopefully that is a fabulous day for you, as I hope that this one is for me and my family also. So, guess what I'm doing today? I am hiking the Appalachian Trail northbound, and I have some big news for all of you. Are you ready for this? I just saw my first black bear. Yay! It wasn't really technically from the AT. We were driving to the trail. Halo was shuttling us to the takeout point yesterday, the extraction point. And on the way, not far actually from where we're at right now, we saw a smallish black bear on the side of the road, and he turned and went into the brush. So I didn't get a real good long look or anything, but I did definitely see the black bear heading into the brush. So that's so exciting. I'm so happy. And now we're hiking that direction, so he's going to be right up here ahead of us somewhere. We may or may not get to see him, or maybe another one. Again, today we got into the visitors center last night, or the camp store, and a lady came in and she had seen one up in a tree along Skyline Drive. And so it sounds like there's lots of bears around. And anyway, so yeah, that's that's so super exciting. Everything, we'll do a quick report. Body feels pretty well. Everything feels good this morning, and the plan is to do 18 or so. We're going to go past Loft Mountain Campground by about 4 miles or so and meet Halo at Ivy Gap, and come out there and go back to the campground and stay another night. And then I think the plan for tomorrow is to do something similar and actually go back to Loft Mountain. We'll spend 3 nights there rather than just 2, so that we can not have to pack up and move that many times. And so Cur Dog and I got up this morning. I woke up at 5 o'clock, and we didn't have to pack up anything. We just left all of our stuff there and grabbed food and water. Very little water today on the trails, so I got 3 liters with me this morning. But since I have almost nothing else, my pack is extremely light. But I got food for the day and water, and we got ready and ate breakfast in the truck on the way to our point where we pulled out last night. And so it was a nice morning. It's a beautiful morning. The sunrise was gorgeous. The sunset was spectacular last night, and it did cool off enough that it was pretty good sleeping weather. I think everybody slept well, pretty well. So that was very nice. We had a good little birthday celebration for Gigi. She picked out some cupcakes at Walmart, and Halo lit a lighter for her to blow out last night, and Mama had given her some money, and so at the camp store she picked out a little set of all kinds of wild animals, little plastic animals, and so we played with those last night for a little bit. There's bear and moose and fox and wolf and beaver and raccoon and all these little animals, an eagle, and so she just thinks that, a deer, she thinks that's really great. So she's having a blast playing with her little animals. And anyway, the only issue right now at the campground is the mosquitoes, and I don't know if they're little black flies or what, but lots of buzzing insects that are everywhere. So we're having to put on bug spray very regularly, and so I don't think Halo and the kids are even going to stay at the campground much today because it's really, really buggy. So they're going to go do something, hopefully do something fun while I hike my miles, get my miles in. So emotionally, I am feeling very, very good. Now it's hard with the family, like, because Halo had moved in there by herself yesterday. Well, you know, with the kids, but moved in. She had to pitch the tents by herself, and she's not super comfortable doing it, like every little detail. And the sites were terrible. There's hardly room for 4-person tents, and she had to put 2 of them up. So she backed them up against the brush. So we're only able to use 1 door instead of 2, which changes the way you can pitch the rain flight. You know, it's not as tight, and anyway, it just kind of changes things. And it's not her fault. It's just the way the ground laid. She did a fabulous job with what she had to work with. Anyway, so when I got to camp, I had to like get all the air pads blown up and get all the sleeping bags laid out, and there was a lot to do, which makes it kind of stressful. And so now, you know, we're eating supper at like 7:30 when normally I'd be going to bed about that time. So anyway, it adds a little bit of stress or difficulty to my day, but it's so worth it having everybody there. Really enjoy that, and we had a great time, you know. And the plan tonight is to go get blackberry milkshakes at the wayside. So we're looking forward to that. But anyway, emotionally, I don't know how much I talked about our friends that started aqua blazing yesterday, but they were kind of done, suffering Virginia blues. Their bodies were hurting. They just needed to stop hiking for a while. And boy, I'm like the opposite. I mean, I'm ready to go. I feel just as motivated and just as good as I have the whole trip. I feel very, very positive and very thankful for each mile that I've been able to hike, and I feel like I can keep going, you know, no problem. So I'm ready to get out here and do this. So today we got up extra early so we could get an early start to beat the heat. It's supposed to be, you know, pushing 90 again today with high humidity and again low water. So I'm very glad to have a light pack, slack packing today to carry extra water and even extra food. And like we got an early start, so hopefully we get done early and get back and we can cool off and maybe even take a shower and go enjoy our supper, of course, and enjoy a blackberry milkshake. That's kind of the thing in this area. Up the trail a ways, there's a resort that has supposedly the best blackberry cobbler, and of course we would get it a la mode. So thinking about that and looking forward to that. I remember when Red Mage came through this area, he was very low emotionally and physically. He had suffered, what is it, huge tree laying across the trail, but I don't know why that was laying there like that. But anyway, Disciple broke it, because I know that Cur Dog behind me here is so old and feeble he couldn't possibly climb over that. I'd have to help him and hold his hand and everything, so we don't want to do that. So I broke it. Anyway, Red Mage came through here, and he was very emotionally spent, and I think physically weak from all the weight loss and everything. So I remember hearing him say, I haven't been able to watch hardly any of his videos, but I remember him saying from that one that his goal was to come out of the Shenandoahs weighing more than he went in. So I don't know if I necessarily have that goal, but I'm going to eat what I can. I'm about as skinny or thin or whatever as I've ever been. So I want to make sure to maintain some strength for later rounds on the AT. And if it means eating some blackberry cobbler a la mode, then I'll do it. I'll do whatever it takes. Especially blackberry milkshakes and stuff like that. Little bit of a campsite here. We've been talking with other hikers. There've been almost no places, boy, that's a lot of sloped ground. Not a very good campsite, but it would work. Anyway, there's almost no place to stealth camp here. And they call the shelters in the shanties, in the SNP, they call them huts. So you might hear me refer to things as huts, and that's a shelter, just exactly like they were in the South, but now they call them huts. So anyway, you can stay at huts, but they're spaced far apart. So I know a couple hikers, Juan and Fuego, were both concerned about having to maybe stop between huts, not knowing where to go. Anyway, that adds to the logistics of these hikes and what you have to do. So, all right, let me stop, or I'll keep rambling and talking forever. Thank you for coming along with me, and I'm glad for each one of you that takes the time to watch these videos, especially comment. One of you, Halo just read it to me from the truck as I was getting ready to leave, and so I don't know your name, but one lady said she wishes that I could see through her eyes what I'm showing you guys, and what an amazing comment. Thank you guys. Thank you for all that. I mean, I'm so humbling. All right, let's get to hiking, and we'll check in later. Maybe we'll see a bear. Yay. All right, it is just about 9 o'clock, 5 or 10 till 9, and we've covered a lot of ground this morning. The trail's been what I call fast trail. It's fairly smooth, and the uphills are gentle or not long, and then the downhills are the same, so you just kind of cruise along. And we're at some road, well, I know it's Skyline Drive, but we're at a road crossing here, and guess what time it is? It's Cheetah Chow time, and that means Pop-Tarts are on the menu. But today, for the first time, I am trying Kerdog's recommendation, and that is some cherry Pop-Tarts. So the jury is way out on these babies. We'll see, and I'll let you know how they do. All right, it really looks like we've landed on the moon now. Just came out of the trees into this section, and by the way, I'm not even sure if I'm on the AT right now. There was a junction back there, and it didn't say which way to go, so I went what looked like kind of the same direction or whatever. Been traveling and have not seen a white blaze, so I'm not sure. Pulled up on Gut Hook, and it's too close to tell. But look at the gorgeous view. This is the summit, or at least the view or whatever right by the summit. I'm almost there, of whatever this particular mountain is. Sorry, I do not know the name, but man, look at these rocks. Wow. It's rocky. Like Rocky Balboa. Boy, I wish I could see a blaze. Hey, there's a post coming up. It may say, what does it say? It says absolutely nothing about the AT. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I can't read that either. Anyway, it's a cool little side trip, if that's what this is. I don't know, but let's get up to this next view, and then I'll show you, and I'll put the thing away and check Gut Hook again and see if it shows me that I'm further off the trail or not. Looks like if I rock scrambled down there, there'd be a killer view. Not sure if I'm going to do that. Anyway, gorgeous. Oh, verdict on the cherry Pop-Tarts. So, I'm debating whether to tell you now or make you tune in tomorrow for the verdict. I don't know. I'll tell you later. Let me think about that one a little bit. All right, we'll see what's going on here. Hang on. All right, it looks like I'm on the trail. They just chose not to do any blazes near the intersection or all the way up here. Look at that. Wow. Look at the boulders. I don't know if this is from blasting, if they blasted out this spot to make a clearing, but boy, look at that. Man, oh man. You got to earn these views, folks. They don't come to you. Got to go to them. So, by the way, speaking of which, how are y'all doing on your challenges? Physical challenge? Are you getting healthier? Are you doing better? Like somebody said in one of the comments, eat healthy and lose weight and get physically fit so that you can come out here and hike the trail and eat donuts and ice cream and fried food and drink soda and everything as bad as possible. I think that's kind of it. Anyway, yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you've made an effort. And I know it's not fun or physical. I mean, maybe it's fun. Hopefully it becomes fun. But I know it's not easy. It's a challenge. It's hard. I am completely dripping wet with sweat from head to toe. Every millimeter of my body is covered in sweat. It's not easy. This came up a great big climb. Well, not great big, but long. And anyway, came up a good climb to get to that view. You know, today when we're done, I'm going to be 6 miles from the 900 mile mark. So I can't wait for tomorrow to knock that 900 mile marker down. Anyway, it's not easy. All right, so how are you doing? Hopefully you're answering, disciple. We are doing well. We're pushing hard forward, and we are gaining in self-confidence and some, physical fitness. Anyway, all right, how about the subscribership? How are you doing on getting people to subscribe? It looks like that's a real challenge because our subscribership has just barely trickled up a little bit. So thank you for your efforts in advance and everything. Thank you for trying, but it looks like that's a tall order to try to double our subscribership. It looks like it's a tall order to try to increase by 10 or 20%. So in fact, Halo noticed, looks like we lost 7 subscribers yesterday. So I'm gonna guess, we both guess that talk about Jesus probably a little bit too much for some, and some just don't want to hear that, so they unsubscribe, which, I'm sorry that's the case, but we're okay with that. I'm not changing anything about me or who I am or what I'm talking about or what I'm saying or what I value in my life, and boy, especially for the eternity to come. So I am very proud that I am a follower of Jesus, and I will never settle or balk at that, never, for anything. So anyway, I'm certainly thankful and appreciative for each and every one of you, and I hope that maybe somehow, some way, you can help some others find out what's going on. This whole legally blind dude taking off from life and going out and hiking the Appalachian Trail. So hopefully you can help some others find out about that and get on board with what's happening out here, that we can get more and more support and encouragement and prayer from all over the country and all over the world. So thank you for your efforts already, and keep it up. Keep trying. Let everybody know. Like I said, let everybody know. So thanks a bunch, guys. So stopped back at Dundo picnic area, got some water. Tiny little side trail, a neat rock outcropping, which is what prompted me to fire up the camera. Wow, really cool outcropping. Haven't been a lot to look at in this SNP so far, other than that really cool view that I showed you. In fact, there's not much going on, just mostly kind of gentle ups and downs, and pretty good trail conditions so far. It's very warm. It's really hot. Oh, hi guys.
Hey guys.
Hello. Good afternoon, or well, I guess it's morning still. A little bit. Oh, here's some more. Hang on. Hi there. Thank you very much.
Have a great day.
You as well. Yeah, so that's the second group. There was one lady early and this morning with a dog going southbound. Otherwise, that's the second group of hikers I've seen all day. We've covered quite a few miles. But anyway, yeah, this is kind of like one of the neater little sections. There hasn't been much happening here through the park. There's been no other views, and whenever we cross the Skyline Drive, it's not been at views. So just kind of trudging along, doing miles. But I wanted to take a minute and talk about the whole, getting physically fit, getting healthy. Some of you may wonder, what in the world would motivate a person to, hike something like the Appalachian Trail? 2,190 miles of just, difficulty, pain, and some days misery. But what would make somebody do that? Well, of course, there's a myriad of reasons. But one of the things I just want to talk about for a minute is gratification of accomplishing difficult tasks. And, in life, the things like some people would complain about, well, why does the trail go up this big mountain? Or why not, make it go around the mountain, or different things like that. And one of the things that I guess makes me happy or motivates me is accomplishing difficult things. Like, I prefer longer runs over short runs because it's more challenging. And when you go through the effort of doing it, you get more, I guess, out of it. You know, more calories burned, more miles earned, you know, just a longer distance, whatever, more fitness. So you kind of accomplish more. And so there's a great element to hiking something like the Appalachian Trail. And believe me, I mean, I'm, you know, not even halfway yet. I'm getting closer. We're working towards that halfway point, but still got a ways to go. So I'm by no means an expert or anything. But so far, what motivates me, what pushes me is the gratification of doing something that not everybody can do, and the motivation of accomplishing a difficult task is greatly gratifying at the end of a day. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like unlimited calories, able to consume you know, as much food as you want, that's a pretty good motivator too. Like, I've had to live eating so smartly and so carefully for years to watch my weight. This is a radical change from that. So it is nice being able to just, you know, eat whatever. But the gratification, I mean, tomorrow morning, I'll hit the 900-mile mark on my feet. You know, I never, ever would have thought that I would walk 900 miles. And I'm not going to talk about that until I've actually done it. You know, Lord willing, it'll be in the morning. But anyway, just there's a lot of gratification. So, hi there. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, it's fun, and you know what, I'm not tired of camping. I'm not tired of eating camp food. In fact, I look forward to it, not because I'm hungry, but I look forward to firing up my little stove and cooking my little meals and laying on my sleeping pad. And I got a new pillow at the outfitter in Waynesboro, and so my pillow doesn't leak. Woohoo! Hey, speaking of the devil, well, not the devil, but look, views. Now I got to figure out where the AT goes. But look, hey, this is a good spot for lunch. We'll stop here. But I'm going to walk on past so y'all can see it. Look, this is live action coming from the Appalachian Trail. Look how flat Virginia is. Craziness. But look how gorgeous Virginia is. Look at this. That's amazing. And thank you guys so much for coming along with me. I'll stop rambling. I think I'm going to sit down in the shade maybe. Although it is hot here. I am just dripping sweat. My eyebrows are full. For those of you that don't want to sweat or whatever, just suck it up, buttercup. Because these things don't happen on their own. You gotta work for it. And there is a huge level of gratification and a hard effort, hard work, whether it's a test, you know, like at college or school, or whether it's a job or task that's done, a hard effort is rewarded. So God is good all the time. All right, another really pretty view. Big old mountain over there across this valley. But I just noticed it's late in the day, and I noticed that, you know, I start filming less and less as my energy drains and my fatigue increases, and whatever pain I'm dealing with, you know, rises. So I thought, I'm going to film near the end of the day. So I haven't looked at Gut Hook, but I'm going to guess I've got approximately 3/4 of a mile or so to get to where Halo is picking us up. And overall, I feel okay, I guess, but pretty hot. Let's step out of the way here. Hi there.
Hi. There's Gatorade and Snickers down.
Oh,
there.
From Halo and was it marked on the cooler?
VOB 5.
Yeah, that's my family.
Oh. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, so what a wacky day! What a change of events today. So it's now like 8 o'clock, and Cur Dog and I did our 18 miles. Halo and the kids were there just moments before us, and picked us up right on time. It was like 4 o'clock on the nose or whatever. Had some trail magic there at the trailhead, and so we were able to enjoy an ice cold Gatorade. That was fantastic. But Cur Dog and I both were suffering from blisters or sore, especially pinky toes. And so we just went directly from the trailhead to the wayside, got our milkshake and a pretzel, and then we left there and drove to Waynesboro. It's about a 45-minute drive, but we went to Waynesboro. Here's the restrooms. So I just walked up here and walked past. Anyway, went to Waynesboro and went directly to the Rockfish Gap Outfitters. So I went to the outfitter and I got new insoles. My green super feet had collapsed and compressed enough that they were no longer doing what they were supposed to do. So I went and got new green super feet, I ended up getting a brand called Soles. They're like higher arched ones, and they have a little more cushion in them, a little different, but very similar in design. So I'm very excited about that. Filling my shoes back up again. I don't need to lace them so tight, and I don't need to wear 2 pairs of socks. But now I am up at the men's room, and I'm going to soak my feet in Epsom salts. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then get my food ready for tomorrow, and go to bed. Oh, I'll tell you more about the rest of tonight. I'll tell you tomorrow. Great day, very hot, but you know what? It's cooled off. It got some rain and a nice breeze going, and so looking forward to a good night's sleep. So thank you guys much for coming along with me and for rooting for me, and congratulations again to my buddy Early Riser on summiting the Big K. That is awesome, and I can't wait to watch the video. But I don't want to just watch it. I want to watch a bunch of them, catching up to that point. So anyway, I don't know when I'll get to see it for sure, but congratulations, and have a good night, y'all. We'll talk to you tomorrow.